I want to say one thing to the American people. I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I never told anybody to lie, not a single time, never. These allegations are false, and I need to go back to work for the American people. Thank you. Indeed, I did have a relationship with Miss Lewinsky that was not appropriate. In fact, it was wrong.
It's now 6:12. In less than 5 hours, members of the U.S. House will begin trying to convince the Senate and the American people that President Clinton should be driven from office. Opening arguments set to start in the Clinton impeachment trial. ABC 7's David Louie is live now in our newsroom with more on this historic day. David?
Historic is right, Eric. It will be an uphill battle atop Capitol Hill. A two-thirds vote of the Senate is required to impeach the president, and that's far from certain. The drama unfolds at 10 o'clock our time as the trial gets underway under the watchful eye of the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. It is business as usual for President Clinton today. While House prosecutors lay out their case against him, the president says he'll be focused on other matters.
The important thing for me is to spend as little time thinking about that as possible and as much time working on the issues we're here to discuss as possible. They have their job doing the Senate, and I have mine.
The all-Republican 13-member team of House managers will have a total of 24 hours to lay out why they believe the president is guilty of perjury and obstruction of justice.
We want to make sure that we do it right, that we make a very fair, concise, understandable presentation to the senators so that they can then do their job.
But still undecided is whether witnesses will be called. A group of Republican senators has already met secretly with the prosecutors. Democrats refused to participate.
Well, I think we're all interested in hearing from the president as a witness. I don't know anyone who wouldn't be interested. The question is whether we should call him or not, and that hasn't been resolved.
Monica Lewinsky, at the center of this sex and cover-up scandal, has refused to be interviewed by House managers. Sources say they also approached Kathleen Willey, who alleges the president made unwelcome advances. While the Senate can subpoena witnesses, once Republicans and Democrats decide whether to do so, Congressman Hyde says the Senate does not have the authority with the president. It can only invite him to testify, and Hyde has not ruled that out. Now, ABC 7 News will provide live coverage from Washington as events warrant during the course of this historic trial.
Two-thirds of the senators present not having pronounced him guilty, the Senate adjudges that the respondent, William Jefferson Clinton, President of the United States, is not guilty as charged in the second article of impeachment.
Now that the Senate has fulfilled its constitutional responsibility, bringing this process to a conclusion, I want to say again to the American people how profoundly sorry I am for what I said and did to trigger these events and the great burden they have imposed on the Congress and on the American people.